Hello, everybody. I'm Roadblock, and we are on the free-to-play series. So I do my best at the beginning to differentiate those. I did see a comment where they were saying they had trouble differentiating them, so I hope I'm doing my best to help at the beginning. But key ways to tell the difference between the free-to-play and the free-to-play challenge account is thumbnails on the free-to-play challenge account. These don't have thumbnails because I've been too lazy to come up with one. um, okay, so just given the way that my life has gone the last couple of weeks, we're pretty much out on Ancora on this account. It's just it's not gonna happen. I'm doing it on my main account because it she'll be very good on my main account because I'll have the support structure around her. But you see, I'm way behind on champion training. I haven't even started Spider Tournament yet. I'm also way low on energy because I did too much on the Fire Knight. So it's just not in the cards for me and what I have going on right now. I am extremely exhausted right now. As soon as I'm done recording this video, I'm going to finish what I need to get done on the main account to get the fusion stuff done, which it'll go faster on the main account. But uh, once that's done, I'm going to bed. So, unfortunately, on the free-to-play account, we're not gonna get Ancora, and I gotta choose me over that, right? So, why? Oh, by the way, why does it go faster on the main account? I have the Forge Pass on the main account, right? So I can get the extra XP gain from the Forge Pass. So that gives me quite a bit of boost, less energy, and I also have a speed farm on that with Fellhound. Is my campaign farmer, so 6 second runs. I've got it running right now. I if I had to guess, I'd probably say, uh, yeah, so 14 battles. I would have said 10, so already faster than what I would have thought. So, um, but I do want to pull the summon pool shard. So if you've logged in the last couple days, you just seen we got a free gift. We got 30 of the crystals. That gives us a prism shard, so we can summon that. Um, I don't really know who in this cast would really be game changing as far as the epics go, but as far as legendaries go, I mean, almost all of them would probably be. I mean, Staltist would be absolutely huge. That's who I pulled him from this. Well, I already had one, but I pulled a duplicate of him from this event on the main account. Septimus, though, I don't know if anybody watched my account takeover where someone had Septimus that wasn't built properly, and I built their Septimus properly, and we smoked Spider with Septimus. So, I think it was Septimus and Cold Heart, so grain of salt. But Septimus, people, I mean, there's there are better versions of what Septimus does, right? There's Newt, for example, but that doesn't change the fact that Septimus can smack and is just a real solid champion with his A2. So I would not be upset if I was to get a Septimus. But let's just go ahead and pull this and see what we get. Warcaster might actually be a big deal too. He would open up some avenues. I don't think Arndulf does too much for me. So a self counterattack and a reflect damage on all champions is not really necessary. We already have Geomancer, who kind of does the same thing, if not better. AoE weaken, not too worried about that. And then a A1 provoke. Nope, not really gonna cut it. However, since we are out on the fusion And we do have those energy pots left. I think I'm probably going to try and do the Sand Devil on this. And then I'll probably do the second Dungeon Divers as well. Because we did a Sand Devil before on this account, if I remember correctly. And it was successful. So I'm thinking of doing Sand Devil and then going and doing Spider. Now, this is a lot of Dungeon Diver points. But we could also win. I mean, I don't know. We're not quite at Spider 20, so maybe I would farm like Dragon or something. But just using some of the extra energy that I have hanging around down here. A couple of these pots down here, and then of course whatever I earn as we go, because those will be gone before the next fusion, right? So I think Sand Devil's the way to go, because I mean this guy is game changing, absolute game changer. If I was able to pull this guy on any of my accounts, huge, huge. Right out the gate, an ally protector. We don't have an ally protector on this, so that would be game changing. But then on top of it, we'll be immune if we have another Bannerlord, which we do on this account, right? We have Blade Master, who is part of my team. So if I did Blade Master Acelin, I would say Acelin, Acelin, I don't know. I would probably go Acelin, Acelin, Akelin, Akelin, probably I don't know. Akelin, because he looks kind of Scottish, maybe. I don't know. I would love to see them tell us how to pronounce this name, because there is a lot of different ways to say this name. But the one faction ally with Rathalos would give us immunity to stun, which could potentially open up some. It would be a killable team, but it would be a consistent killable team. And furthermore, if I wanted to, I could also use Ursula. So what would that team look like then? So the new guy, I'm just going to call him that for now, Rathalos and Ursula, and then two other champions could come along. Geomancer, of course, because Geomancer activates Rathalos. And probably Deacon just for the leech to keep everybody topped off throughout the fight. Is what I think would happen if I was to pull him, right? That's a big if. That's a 6% chance. And then further that by that is 6% chance that I even get a legendary, and then further that by the fact that there are 6 legendaries, right? So the odds of me getting this specific dude on this account is exceptionally low, but would be good. Would be really, really good. We'd finally have an ally protector. It would be on a 3-turn cooldown, and it's an ally protector and shield, which is really good. Plus, if I'm right and we do the 2 faction allies, he would stay very much alive. I also have a feeling he's going to smack. The reason I say that is because if we can get big enough shields for him, and the way that this works with not exceeding 1,000 of this champion's defense, I mean, 1,000 of this champion's defense is a lot of damage. And there's no limit to it on clan boss like there is on enemy max HP damage. So I don't know that we'd get a big enough shield out of just him without somebody like, what's his name? I think he's a dwarf, right? Underpriest, Brogni. Because he increases the value of shields, yeah. But still, I think he might hit decently hard. I haven't seen any videos on him yet. I've been just flat out too busy. But that is kind of a theory crafted team that I had, and we would have, because we'd have two allies with him, that those allies would also get extra HP. He would have a block damage on himself, and then I don't know if this only applies to the faction allies, or if, because we have two faction allies, all allies under ally protect have a 20% of counter chance of counterattacking when hit. But that would be extremely good for War Master procs and damage from that, as well as keeping the leech up, right? That's a big part of what we're doing with our team. And with the way that I have my champions built to smack. So my champions hit hard, so they would, you know, even with their A1s, they would still hit hard. I'd probably, if possible, because he would also have this block damage ability, and I think he has a high starting defense as well. We could probably build him defense, but also maybe some crit damage in there too, instead of like defense gloves. But I don't know that for sure. Books would be a thing as well. Oh yeah, there's also the heal that he brings. We wouldn't need leech. Let's back up a little bit and say we don't need leech. Right? So we wouldn't need leech because he brings a heal. So maybe Venomage comes in. And we get those counter-attacking A1s with a chance to pop the poisons. And we also get extra damage reduction then. So we'd want to use his aura anyways because it's a defense aura, which is really good. I can't think of anybody else that I would want to bring for their A1. Like, I can't think of any particular A1 that is. I mean, I could bring Frozen Banshee. I'm trying to think of it in terms of counterattacking, but the thing is, so we would have one. It doesn't matter. I'm theory crafting something about a champion that I'm not even pulled yet. So why don't we back up and slow down? I'm just very excited about this champion. So, yeah. So I am gonna try and farm these crystals. Now the downside is I don't get Dungeon Diver credit from Sand Devil, but I don't know how hard this Sand Devil, 2,600 points. What? Oh, when we did this last time, I'm trying to think of. We haven't done it in a while too. Why don't we do a little progression on Sand Devil? Let's see where we're at. Because we were only on stage 4 before. Let's see if we can do stage 5. Would this still be my team? No, it would not. So, let's get rid of you and you. We would want Venomage in there, and we would want Rathalos in there. I can't think of any reason I would want to alter. Maybe I should save the team or use the team. When I can't think of any reason I would want to use different abilities. So, oh well, I guess he doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter to use Venomage because we won't get the damage reduction out of it. So I would stick with Kale because Kale hits harder right now. Let's just see if we can do a new difficulty. I'm just thinking I probably have a better set of damage here. I don't even know why I'm bringing Geomancer then. Because Geomancer's not going to do anything. And in fact, Geomancer's bad against this guy. Because Geomancer would reduce the turn meter if he was to use the A3 during this phase. Either way, we're doing plenty of damage during this phase. Or we're doing plenty of damage against this boss, so... Okay. Well, we can do a higher stage now. So that was 11 points. I'm not saying that we're going to get 11 every time. I'm just curious. Just like a rough amount. So... It's a lot of runs, though. It's not that many runs if I do super raids, which they have now for this zone. So, and then of course I can progress and see how much further I get. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a little bit of progression on here. I'm probably going to bring somebody else that can hit hard. I mean, I know you have crit rate, but I don't think you do enough with crit damage. I was thinking maybe his enemy max HP ability would smack hard when he's asleep, of course, but... Because Geomancer doesn't do any damage. So Geomancer is obviously not in there. Like, that much I know. I think when I did this before, he may have been one of the only 6 stars available at the time, but definitely not Geomancer. So this is stage 6 I'm doing. Yeah. So all 3 of these smack. This would keep us alive, and then this is just for going faster? Well, that ramped up very quickly. We do have a reviver. I should probably turn off some of the stuff. Did Geo just flat out reduce enough of that damage? Because the HP burn never lands. Or did it just ramp up in damage very quickly? We obviously lose this. We just lost our reviver, so we lose this. I'm gonna check. I want to check and see if, because the jump. Oh, affinity is a big part of that. Big part of that. I do want to see, though, if this team is a little bit more reasonable here than the Geomancer team. Yeah, see, that's a more reasonable hit there. I'm sure I could also facilitate his Rathalos' rotations better to land the big hit when Sand Devil's asleep. Because we don't want to land it right now, for example. We would like to land the times 200 damage, or 200% damage while they're asleep. That was it right there. Oh, it has defense ignore. Rathalos is probably really good against Sand Devil. Is it that he just has high defense, or does he reduce incoming damage? It's a flat damage reduction, so the pure damage doesn't matter too much from Rathalos. Was faster though. Was faster because Geomancer isn't kind of slowing it down. So stage 5 is the stage that we're capable of farming on here. So we would need about 2,000 energy for it. And with super raids on, oh, let me change that. Yeah, okay. All right, we got into multi-battles. I just need to get the energy. Okay. Well, that's something that I'll probably set up to run tonight. Oh, I need 2,600, so I'd need about 2,600 energy. Maybe I just do that. So it's 40 points, right? 40 crystals. So those 40 crystals. And by the way, I know there's a champion that can put him to sleep. I don't. There's other areas of the game I would rather progress first than building a rare just to put him to sleep, okay? I can farm that rare, can get him at any time. Whenever I decide on this free-to-play that we're going to push Sand Devil for real, I will do that. But for right now, I don't care. I'm just trying to gain points for my energy. 1 point per energy is fine. It just takes a lot more runs. I'm okay with that. So, we would get 40, which would give us enough to do 1 pull. And then the Dungeon Divers one is expensive. So what'll likely happen is I'll probably do the Dungeon Divers. It's 4,500 points. I'll probably do the Dungeon Divers one on Wednesday, which I'd be able to do. Because I can do a gear cleanse before I do it. And I'd probably do it on Spider. I don't know if the Spider tournament is still going on Wednesday, though. It's not. But I'll probably still do it on... maybe I'll do it on Spider then tomorrow night. And the reason that I'm saying I would do it on Spider is because I have a lot more room in my artifact collection, in my accessory collection. So I'd be able to collect a lot of accessories on the account without filling up, which would be nice. And I can set a filter and get rid of all the and not collect any of the 4-star ones or the green ones, because I think I'm only able to I manualed stage 19, right? So I'm gonna get a lot of 4-star ones. I'll just instant sell all of that and keep the 5 and 6-star ones. I'd probably even do it at a different difficulty too. Maybe stage 10, um, something like that, and then just sell any 4-star that I get. Or maybe even stage 13. It's my understanding stage 13 you can get a fair number of 5 and 6-star pieces. So that's likely what I'll do to complete the dungeon divers portion, because I have all that room to collect those. Because if I just do artifacts, I'm very, very close to the 1500 again, and I need to do a cleanse on all that. So, well, cool. I have a direction. I have something to do on this account while I'm mostly playing the main account right now, in order to complete the fusion on that. So I'm gonna get back onto the grind on that, and then head to bed, and then I'll set this up before I log off here. I'll pop some of those potions and get to work. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. I'll keep you posted on how we're doing on the grind, and then obviously I will pull these summon pool prism shards on camera, and we'll see if we can get anybody interesting. Oh, did I ever? I don't think I pulled a Stag Knight on here, right? Yeah, so no Stag Knight. So Stag Knight would still be good, but also getting a pretty much any of these champions would be good. I'd say probably the least interesting, because I think this is a cleanse, yeah? Okay. So that's turn meter swap. It's a single target cleanse. With potential AoE when upgraded. And then, oh, an HP burn. Interesting. I never knew that Sathalia had an HP burn. But obviously the chance at this dude is incredible. So we want to do that. Okay. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.